The world of football has come together to pay tribute to Diogo Jota and his brother André Silva, who were killed earlier today in a car crash in Spain. Hello and welcome into the ESPN FC studios. I'm Dan Thomas, joined by Casey, Stevie and Ali, and of course only one place to start today's show, and that's just taking a look at the many tributes that have been paid to Diogo Jota and his brother. And we'll start with Liverpool Football Club. This was a statement that they released earlier today, and what cruelly has proved to be his final flourish in football saw Jota become a Premier League champion and UEFA Nations League winner. The number 20 will be rightly immortalised for his contribution as part of Liverpool's 2024-25 title winners, the club's 20th. With his trademark shimmy and strike in front of the Cop to seal victory in April's Merseyside derby, a poignant last goal of his life. To arrive at this particular season with a title that I've been chasing for a lot of years in the best league in the world for me, where I dreamed to play as a kid, it's a moment I will cherish. Release this statement. Diogo was not just our player. He was a loved one to all of us. He was a teammate, a colleague, a workmate, and in all of those roles, he was very special. I could say so much about what he brought to our team, but the truth is everyone who watched Diogo play could see it. Hard work, desire, commitment, great quality, goals. The essence of what a Liverpool player should be. There are also the parts that not everyone got to see. The person who never sought popularity but found it anyway. Not a friend to two people, a friend to everyone. Someone who made others feel good about themselves just by being with them. A person who cared deeply for his family. The last time we spoke, I congratulated Diogo on winning the Nations League and wished him luck for his forthcoming wedding. In many ways, it was a dream summer for Diogo and his family, which makes it all the more heartbreaking that it should end like this. When the time is right, we will celebrate Diogo Jota, we'll remember his goals and we will sing his song. For the time being, we will remember him as a unique human being and mourn his loss. He will never be forgotten. His name is Diogo. His international teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo, wrote, "It doesn't make sense. Just now we were together in the national team. Just now you'd gotten married to your family, your wife and your children. I send my condolences and wish them all the strength in the world. I know you'll always be with them. Rest in peace, Diogo and André. We will all miss you." Meanwhile, his former manager, Jurgen Klopp, wrote, "This is a moment where I struggle. There must be a bigger purpose, but I can't see it. I'm heartbroken to hear about the passing of Diogo and his brother André. Diogo was not only a fantastic player, but also a great friend, a loving and caring husband and father. We will miss you so much. All my prayers, thoughts and power to Ruth, the kids, the family, the friends and everyone who loved them. Rest in peace. Love, Jay." That is just a small selection and what has been an incredible outpouring of love for Diogo Jota, his brother and his family as well. We've seen the scenes in Liverpool, Stevie, obviously a very sad day, in particular for a club who genuinely loved him.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the flowers that have been laid there, that's going to continue, not just for today, but I think that will continue for a good few days and maybe longer. You know, initially when you hear the bad news, you think of, as a fan, what have we lost? But actually, the more you look into it and think about it, what has he lost? You know, just being married, with 3 kids, he's not going to do the things that we all sat at this table have been doing and got to do with their kids. He's not going to be able to do that, and he's going to miss out on what for Liverpool, as great as last season was with him scoring that important goal to win the title. It looks like Liverpool are going onwards and upwards, and he's going to miss that as well. So from a professional point of view, but more importantly from a family point of view, we're not only going to miss him, but he's going to miss all of that.
As Arne Slot said, it was a dream summer, of course. Obviously, winning with Liverpool and then Portugal and then just getting married. Such a sad story.
Yeah, and you think about his teammates. In a moment like this, where do you find strength? And the locker room tends to be that place. But you're not in the middle of the season. And so every person in that locker room is going to process this differently. If you are a person of faith, you will find comfort and solace in trusting God's plan and knowing that God has a plan for everyone. If you're not a man of faith, you'll have to find solace and comfort in the memories that you have with Diogo Jota, all the things that you went through, all the experiences that you went through that will force you, because it really is forcing you into doing something, will force you to celebrate his life rather than mourn his death. And as much as you want to process this from a religious point of view or non-religious point of view or a practical point of view, however you want to look at this, at some point, all these players are going to show up in that locker room. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be an empty space in that locker room that wasn't supposed to be there. And it's going to hit everybody. And it's going to hit everybody to different degrees. And that's when it's so critically important that you find that strength that I'm talking about in your teammate, in your manager, in your club, in your fans. The strength of the locker room is going to have to elevate everybody. And the strength of the locker room is what's going to push this club forward. And the strength of the locker room will find a rallying point to honor the memory of Diogo Jota as the season comes around.
Casey?
I think as a footballer, you have chosen a life of public. You're out in, he's an international, well-known figure. This is stuff families have to deal with every day. The difference is when it's an international figure and it's someone of such, just revered by so many people, both from club and country. It doesn't necessarily allow the family then to be able to kind of just do things in their own way. As families do every day around the world when tragedy strikes. And so, yeah, I try to take away, the side of it that we chose to live in and be part of and do that and try to just go to the human side and just go the tragic side of, have so much life to live that then just gets cut short in a moment. And yeah, how do you process that? I think we all expect as we get older, grandparents and parents, but when somebody's gone so early and with a young family and a new wife, it's hard to process. And again, like you said, the fans will deal with it, but and the players have to deal with it, but it's really the family that is just stuck with something that just can't be changed.
This is a city, of course, that's lived through far too much tragedy, Stevie. Obviously, you think back to Hillsborough, but if there's ever a city that is equipped to come together and support the family and to pay tribute to a player like Diogo Jota, it is Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, Liverpool as a city has had too many occasions where it's had to do that, but it is good at doing that. And you do talk about being together. And the family will be welcomed at Anfield between now and whenever, if ever they need anything from anybody. And in terms of the players as well. So, like all bad situations, sometimes, well, most of the time, you have to try and turn it into something good. And for Liverpool players, this might be something that brings them together that maybe wasn't there, I don't know. But you have to try and find a way of doing that. And as I said, in terms of the family, I think in terms of the family, there must be something nice about somebody you've loved, somebody who's in your close-knit family, who is known around the world as a great person, a guy who brought joy and heart on the field and off the field. There has to be something that you can take and use it in a positive manner. I think that's what, and I'm sure the family will do that, but I think absolutely that's what the players have to do. The players have to remember how great this guy was, how good a teammate he was, how great a player he was, and use it in a positive manner to push them forward. That's what I hope will happen.
Of course, we expect many more tributes to come in over the next few days as everyone who pays tribute to Diogo Jota